Hello, everyone. Hope all of you are doing great. It's a beautiful day here, at least when I'm talking here, and I'm here enjoying a beautiful outing. Team is practicing, and of course, I'm taking this time to actually study. So, I'm a firm believer. I've been a firm believer of studying ever since I was in college. I never stopped reading, never stopped studying, and the reality is, if you stop learning, you start dying, right? That's just my mindset. In any profession, when I was a Leo, as my law enforcement profession, you always want to study laws, right? Always want to study case law. You never want to get in trouble. You never want to violate anyone's uh, rights, and of course that's taboo. And for anything you do in life, you always want to keep studying. You always want to keep learning. How could you do things better? How could you be of service to someone else, well, and to your community, right? Well, anyways, enough of that. As I'm here enjoying this beautiful afternoon, looking at my son play, I can't. I have to praise God. I'm blessed. I have to be grateful for this ability that in my 40s, in my early 40s, I got to retire, and I get to spend my calendar, my hours, how I see fit, right? And I know not everyone is in that same page, but the reason I want to record this is because of that. Do what you can as fast as you can to be able to control your time and your finances. The faster you do so, the easier and more wonderful life is going to be. That's just the reality. Aside from that, these last couple of months that I've been seeing my kid play soccer, my kid with martial arts, and my daughters in dance and recitals and whatnot, I'm just grateful, right? I'm blessed, and more than that is my mental health, my mindfulness has been so much better. I'm so much relaxed. I'm not as stressed as before. Of course, it obviously comes with the profession of being a law enforcement, right? Although you think you're not stressed, or though you think you're in control, for whatever reason, with a multitude of reasons, you are stressed, right? And which is why I really want to record this video, by the way. I I've realized that one of the best things that could have happened to me is retirement when I did, because it really puts things into perspective, at least for my life, right? Um, there came a point in time where the reality is that I love my profession so much, the career I chose. I had a passion for it so much that there was years where I chose the profession over my family. Years when I chose the profession over hobbies. Years when I chose the profession over holidays. The profession, my partners, the overtime over, siblings, unfortunately. But that's just a reality that I want to be upfront with, right? I love the profession so much that it just takes a toll, and you don't see it until it's later in life. So I'm sharing this so that you could hopefully wake up before it's too late, or before your kids are older, or before your marriage is strained, right? It's stressed, or before uh, it leads you, your life, and your beautiful future array to a different path. Um, which so I'm all about giving value, right? I'm all about helping my brothers and sisters, especially my first responders and veterans. I thank you so much for your service. I'm alive because of a lot of my partners and the mindset and whatnot. But that being said, my wife and I, My wife and I put our our mouth is. That's the reality, and I've always been like that. I'm one of those people that rather walk the walk than talk the talk. And you guys, for you that know me, you know that's a sure thing. So, for years I was in peer support. For easily over a decade, about 15 years, I was in peer support. Peer support is, for those people that are not first responders, is a group of people that are trained psychologically or get extra training to be able to help during critical incidents, either a child death, a shooting, those major nasty incidents that you probably see on movies that are everyday occurrences in law enforcement world and the military world. We don't live in a movie, we don't have a director calling cut, right? That's just in our world. Cut only exists when you're when you're done with the call, when you're driving, when you're alone with your partner, and even then that cut still goes on in here, right? How to kick a soccer ball back in the game. So where was I? So because of that, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, I want to talk about something that my wife and I did. The reality is, peer support. I've always been in love with the fact that I've always been in love with helping my brother and sister out, right, during the times of need. Because the reality is, everybody needs someone, especially when, hey buddy, how's it going?
Good.
Good? Drink some water. Stretch up. Good job, bud. Love you, mijo.
Love you too.
Drinking water. So, the reality is that everyone, every first responder, every hero, every, military personnel, every leader of an organization, now going outside of first responder world, every leader of organization needs a time to step back, see the big picture, grade yourself of where you're at, where you want to go, what you've been through, okay, and check yourself from the neck up, right? How are you up there? So I know the need for first responders is so big on this, and leaders in general are so big on this, that even after my retirement a few months ago, that I decided to put our money where our mouth is, right? So my wife and I gave a huge contribution and decided to partner up with a beautiful nonprofit organization. I think I have a flyer actually. I do. Partner up with a beautiful nonprofit organization called Runestone Ranch, right? It's up in Livermore, California. So here's a pamphlet, check it out. So 100% of your donations goes into building the project here on Runestone Ranch. But so my wife and I and our financial firm, we put money into making this dream a reality. There are a bunch of first responders that got together and wanted and saw the need, right? Outside of peer support, outside of the professional peer support world, where psychologists are involved in all that, and sometimes things are documented, where as your first responder, you don't want things documented as much. So anyways, a bunch of first responders came up and they put this lovely nonprofit organization where they established a place where first responders could go and enjoy a beautiful, serene, private, and secure 100-acre over 100-acre ranch. And this ranch is, surrounded by pine trees. It's a nice mountain. You oversee beautiful landscapes, beautiful scene, very serene, very peaceful. It even has a shooting range, right? But anyways, the reality is that we loved this concept. We loved what Anthony and his team have accomplished. And by the way, this was put on by not just officers but also firefighters as well, and current and former first responders who are also experienced in who have also been veterans. So anywhere from K9 to SWAT guys to, I mean, very experienced Leos. Like I like to call them old school cops, right? With that mindset. If you're old school, or if you've been, if you worked in hardcore areas, those are the type of cops that put this on, by the way. Okay, it's not your normal, typical, this hold each other's hands. This is more old school type deal. Anyways, why this nonprofit was formed was really to pre-exposure or pre-need for professional peer support. Pre-need, like this is beautiful, because in reality, officers in need or departments in need to provide assistance to their first responder brothers and sisters, they could do so before shit hits the fan, right? They could do so when they start seeing red flags on our brother and sister, right? Before anything needs to be put pen to paper, before the litigious society starts raising the flags, the lawsuits come on, the drunk driving starts, the second guessing. This is huge. The second guessing of our first responders on their actions because of being afraid of administration, or being afraid of what the public might do to them, right? Or the bureaucracies. So this is pre all of that. So check it out. At Runestone Ranch, our mission is to establish a proactive, peer-driven community for first responders and their families. We are creating a culture that champions resilience, prevents burnout, strengthens connections, and conquer trauma together, ensuring that when critical moments arise, support is already in place. And this is huge. We're not reactive. We're proactive, right? So the trick here at Runestone Ranch is being proactive, and that is why we planted our flag with Runestone Ranch. That is why we planted our flag with Runestone Ranch, and that is why we put our money where our mouth is. We want to make sure that this program, this nonprofit, is established sooner than later, so all our brothers and sisters, all of you still patrolling, and thank you for your service, could go out there and check it out, right? So anyways, this video has been long enough, but I did want to throw this information out there. We are official partners now. Athena Financial Group, Athena Financial Insurance Associates are now official partners of Runestone Ranch up in Livermore, California. Yeah, I'm excited. If any one of you want more information on this, please DM me. Aside from being partners, I know it's up in Northern Cali, but we really want to facilitate this location to all of you that are in Southern California. So we are seeing how we could make it so that we provide transportation in a very luxurious, chill environment, a nice Sprinter to take you up there to Livermore to experience this. If any of you are interested, or if you think your department is interested, just send us a note, send us a DM, and we'll put the right people in charge of speaking to your administrators, speaking to your brass, and making sure this option is available to you all. Okay? Very private, very discreet, and yeah, let's do it. Spread the word. You guys all be blessed, and Godspeed.